All right, guys, welcome back to another edition of Raw Intuition Inside Scoop. Today, I've got a great guest for you. I'm always looking for inspirational and just health transformations to share with you guys, and we definitely have one of those today. We've got Brooke from Deep Roots Detox with us today, and she's going to share with us her health and detox journey and all of the amazing transformations that she has seen since switching over to a more detoxification, raw food lifestyle. So, Brooke, thank you so much for joining the channel and sharing your story with us.
Matt, thank you so much for having me, and thank you all for watching and sharing this part of my journey with me. It's always changing, so I'm happy to give like an update right now because, obviously I haven't been this point in my detox journey yet. So I'm really excited to share it with you guys anyways, to see what's possible and help you guys. So thank you so much for having me, Matt.
Yeah, of course. All right, cool. So, I've been seeing you on social media, Facebook and YouTube, and, you've been sharing a lot. So, could we just first off get a little bit of a background on what your diet and lifestyle was, childhood or just growing up and then leading up until where you started to make this transition?
Absolutely. So I started out much like most people on a standard American diet, following the kind of diet that our doctors may recommend, the protein from meat, dairy, bread, pastas, all the things we need. So unfortunately, I ate all that. I was always interested in fruit as a child. I would always ask my mom to buy a special exotic fruit, and that would be a treat that I would get occasionally. And, I always had kind of health problems I was struggling with, not so big though, until I got not huge until I got as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
But when my first child was born, he was actually 7 years ago. He was born with a birth defect, and I kind of went on this mission, hunting down what could have been the cause. But I started out clearing out our house of any kind of toxins and chemicals. So I stopped using shampoo at that point. I used baking soda. I stopped using, perfumes and chemical stuff like that, and started looking into herbal remedies instead of medications. So that was the start of my health journey, my son being born, and looking into what else, I could help make our life healthier.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I started really having these big health problems. A couple years after he was born, 2 years. And I started doing all these different diets. The keto diet, I tried that for several months. Bad. I ended up having this moment where I was like almost passing out, and I was just like, what is going on? Like, this can't be right. Whatever diet this isn't good for my body. So I started looking into different options because I knew there was something out there that was going to help me heal.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't know what. And I started seeing a lot of before and afters of people who lost a ton of weight. And a lot of the times, the largest weight loss was from a fruitarian or plant-based diet.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, there's something into that. I'm going to look into it. And I found Dr. Morse, and the rest is kind of history. So
Awesome.
That is my background, how I got into this.
Very nice. So was it a Dr. Morse video that kind of got you on this detox path? I mean, I know that you said you were getting rid of the, shampoos and things like that. But what was it when it came to like the diet, where you really felt like switching to a fruitarian diet was what you wanted to do?
It was absolutely with Dr. Morse videos. There, I saw a lot of people posting maybe before and after pictures, but nothing about how, the reason why it works. And then I found Dr. Morse. I actually found it and I really thought it was really interesting, brought it up to my husband and we kind of talked about it and he was like, eh. And I kind of let it go for a little while. And then I started watching more videos. And then I was like, okay, I understand humans are frugivores, you know, our physiology, chemistry, you know, just how our body digests the food and everything. And I was like, okay, this just makes sense. And the chemistry wise, it makes sense. So I just have to try this to see if it's going to work. And I did. So I'm glad I did. Wow. Here we are.
Yeah. So was it like a gradual transition or did you just like flat out, you know,
I jumped in
overnight pretty much?
Yeah, pretty much. I was just at the tail end of trying the high protein, high cheese, and some vegetables in my diet. And my knee pain was so bad, I could barely move. I couldn't go up the stairs. We had an apartment at that time. And I just, you know, I was at a point where I was getting dizzy, like I had to hold myself against the hallway, walking down the hallway. And I was just like, okay, this is not okay for my body. I don't know what's going on, but there's a better answer. I knew I had to try it. So
wow.
Your raw intuition.
That's right. You got to listen to your raw intuition. So what sort of changes did you start to see once you started switching over? And I can only imagine that going from a high cheese and protein diet into more of a, you know, fruit-based diet that you would, you know, maybe run into some healing crisis issues maybe?
Yeah. You know, it wasn't too bad at the beginning. The first couple weeks, I would say, is the hardest. I think I experienced headaches, dizziness, low energy, and, you know, just minor. It wasn't anything that took me out. I didn't have to lay in bed or anything for days. But
it wasn't like an Ashton Kutcher situation.
Yeah, no, I wasn't in the hospital with my pancreas.
Okay.
No. Right, it was his pancreas that he...
Yeah.
Yeah, that was silly. No, it wasn't as extreme as that. Because thankfully I started adding in a lot more greens into my diet with the keto. So, or was it the, I don't even know. There's so many fad diets.
Yeah, keto, paleo. Yeah.
Paleo. Yeah. I know, right? It's sad. And what you know now, you look back on it like, wow, man, I was really doing a number on my body, because now I see the difference. Do you want me to start to go over? I literally wrote down a list of all the things that I've healed, because it's so many I didn't want to forget.
Yeah.
And I want other people to know that these things are possible to heal.
Yeah, I think that'd be really helpful.
Yeah. So my biggest problem that I overcame was my knee pain. When I was 10 years old, I started complaining. I went to the doctors. They just said it was growing pains. But I was persistent because it was really painful. And it was my right knee. So they ended up giving me an MRI eventually and saw that my cartilage was wearing down. It was 3 times smaller than it should have been, and there was inflammation. So yeah, that's what do they call that? Arthritis.
Yeah.
But they didn't call it arthritis because I was 10. So I just was left to deal with that pain, and it gradually got worse. Couldn't run with my kids, couldn't walk up the stairs. It was just painful to be anywhere. So that was the biggest thing. Right now, I don't have any knee pain. I know it's working on regenerating. It's getting stronger. I'm still on this journey, but I'm not suffering in pain anymore. So that's the biggest thing that has changed my quality of life. Additionally, I've lost 80 pounds on this journey, and that is huge. Just just in the small ways. I can't even explain how that is, just being comfortable in your skin. It's just really nice to love yourself.
Yeah.
So there's that. And then let me get my list. Depression, anxiety. Though people that knew me probably wouldn't expect that, because I am a really happy person, but under the cover, I think a lot of us suffer from depression and anxiety, and we don't share that too often. So you can heal that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had painful psoriasis patches. I'd get them on my arms and on my stomach when I was a kid. And
me too.
That was painful. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pain. Dry skin. I'm actually healed. That's all the psoriasis is healed. I actually have stretch marks and cellulite that is fading away, which women don't believe that it's possible without some kind of like lotion or something. But I'm telling you, raw food, if you don't want cellulite, if you don't want stretch marks, raw food, high fruit, dry brushing are going to be your best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I also had blood moles, those little red kind of spots on your skin, dark moles, those scabbed up and fell off. Yeah, that was pretty crazy to see. I have a video somewhere of showing the progress pictures of some going. Connective tissue weaknesses like a weak bladder and aging skin. I had tonsil stones. I always had cramping in my muscles. I'd get up with Charlie horses all the time and stomp them out. You ever have those?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Got those a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not anymore.
Right.
Yeah. I used to bruise so easy. You'd touch me and I'd bruise. Not anymore. My thyroid weakness was pretty intense. If you don't know, you can track your how your thyroid is functioning by tracking your basal temperatures. Your goal is 97.8, but mine was at 92.2 at the beginning of my journey. When I started checking, I was always cold, easy to put on weight. It was hard to lose, irregular heartbeat, headaches, migraines. I was easily irritable, had the low energy, also associated with adrenals, but my thyroid was pretty bad. Right now, my basal temperature is up to 97.4. So I'm still healing, but I'm almost at that healthy range. And I have gotten rid of all those problems associated with thyroid. I've healed acid reflux, gas, irregular and painful menstrual cycles, heavy brain fog, had a hard time remembering things. I would always have a cold that the kids gave to me. But we know it's the stagnant lymph, and if your inner terrain's bad, you're going to get sick. So I don't get sick anymore, which is nice when the colds run through the house. Not as much anymore as my kids are getting healthier, but I always had sinus issues, swollen lymph nodes on my neck. My eyesight's actually improved. I had to get new glasses recently because one of my eyes got better. Which is so cool.
Yeah, I had the same thing happen.
Did you? Yeah. It's so cool.
I don't have glasses. I never did, but I could tell my vision improved dramatically when I got onto this lifestyle.
Yeah. And your eyes clear up too. Like the whites of your eyes get so bright.
Yeah.
Your eyes, yeah. And what else? Oh, and then I was going to get into my hair. So my hair, I'm having a healing crisis right now as we speak.
Okay.
Did you see my video on Instagram or Facebook with my hair? I was showing you the short hair piece.
Yeah, I did see that. Yep.
So I'm starting to grow new baby hairs all over my head. My hair is extremely thick right now. But I'm also, a couple days later after posting that, I noticed I'm losing my hair too. So as it's growing in, as I'm regenerating, I'm also detoxing the bad hair. So I have like little short hairs all over the place. And I'm just trying to blend it in with a crazy curly hairstyle right now. But yeah, my hair is detoxing. I don't want anyone to be scared of that. So I've had a gentleman message me and a couple people message me about hair loss. And I've seen people regenerate it. A few people in our Dr. Morse community or vegan plant-based community, and definitely possible. And I know it's possible because I already see the new baby hairs sprouting up. So I don't want anyone to be scared, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to detox and lose all my hair or something.
Yeah.
I have in my family genetics, I have a massive weakness in the brain area. My grandmother, I hate labels, of course, but she had Huntington's chorea disease, which is, all the symptoms of the stagnant lymph are in your head and brain area. So my gray hair, my eyesight, and my hair falling out, it just means there's all this regeneration going on up here. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I get a lot of comments in my videos about going on this lifestyle, going on a vegan diet is why my hair fell out. But my hair was falling out well before I got in this lifestyle. And it's actually stopped from what I can tell. I don't let it grow out anymore, but I do think that it's much healthier now than it ever was. So
yeah, my hair right now is the new hair that's short.
Yeah.
It's super soft. Oh, you know what I've been doing, which might help other people if you're losing hair or if you want to not use shampoo. I make my heal-all tea from Dr. Morse. You can make it yourself with regular herbs. So, and I drink my tea down, and at the end, I'll pour some baking soda in there, and I literally use that to wash my hair.
Oh, nice. That's a good idea.
Yeah, it makes it really smooth, and the herbs are just really, really great. It feels good on your skin and stuff too. So.
Cool.
Little hippie way to wash yourself.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I've also healed a lot of things emotionally and spiritually too, I should mention. Yeah. Honestly, if I could put physical healing next to and compare it to the emotional and spiritual healing, it'd be emotional spiritual healing is hands down, it's been the biggest part of this journey. I feel so at peace. I love being in the moment now, whereas before I was constantly trying to suppress the moment with whatever I could. And I've worked on my inner child and, just had these crazy spiritual experiences. Just for example, I had a out-of-body experience that was confirmed by 3 people. So there's this level of spirituality that you can get to that is insane. It's just crazy to think about.
Yeah.
But it is really great because you can get away from the stories that run in your minds that we all kind of live by. Our ego gets offended by someone and they have these stories that go in our head, and it's when you're in this kind of level, you can step back and you can realize those are your thoughts and that's my ego, and you can just be completely present in the moment, and it's kind of magical.
Yeah.
Do you find that?
Yeah. My spirituality and my connection with myself and with, nature and God and, all of it has been, it was non-existent before. And now it's as high as, it's ever been. And it's pretty amazing. Yeah.
Beautiful. More people should get into it because I feel like it's a natural drive for us all to want to feel connected. It doesn't have to be, some guy in the sky. There's a drive for us all to have this deep connection. And I think that this is one of the hugest ways you can get there. So if you're interested in healing emotionally, and feeling balanced out and just being a well-balanced person, this is definitely the way to go.
So what was the reaction from friends and family when they started seeing you go through this transition and all these changes happening?
Yeah, I think the transition on this journey was the hardest part, not socially, for myself personally, but the transition into it there are challenges you can face. And oftentimes I think, like myself, I faced with my husband. When I told my husband I wanted to just eat primarily fruit, he thought I was crazy. And he's like, you can't do that. And I'm like, well, I'm going to do it anyways, because I know I need to do this. I need to try it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was the first time in my life where I said, I have to do this for myself. And a lot of people that come to this have to come, I've noticed with my clients, they have to come to that point where they're like, okay, I have to do this for myself. So that was the biggest step to just start it. And then, you know, to overcome the social kind of things that come with that from my husband. Now my husband completely supports me. He has a healthier diet now, and he's still trying to work on that. And so are my kids. My kids are a little bit better off than him, but they're still in a transitional period.
Sure.
But going to get-togethers or something, that's a challenge. And I think the best way to overcome that is to either know where you're going, what the menu is before, so you can kind of have an idea in your head of what you can eat, or have to, you know, say, no, I don't want that on it. I don't want that on it. Can you put this on it? Kind of thing. That's been a big change. Instead of just ordering something off the menu, just, you know, make it work for you. And, you know, if there's a get together or like a potluck, bring something that, you know, you can eat. And the biggest part of this journey for me in the beginning was the transitional period that lasted longer, where if I ever had any cravings and I gave in, I would just immediately say, okay, that was that mess up. I'm just going to start again the next meal. I'm not going to wait till tomorrow. You know, people get themselves in the habit, and I was in that habit for years. Just, oh, I'll start again tomorrow. I messed up today. The whole day's ruined. But if you just keep being persistent with yourself, being honest with yourself, just consistently trying, I mean, like the weight loss, like I lost 80 pounds like that, like just consistently trying, even with mess ups, but I did it. And, you know, you could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About how long did it take to lose the 80 pounds roughly? Do you know?
I started in October 2016. But the beginning of my weight loss journey, I was also vigorously exercising in the beginning. And I was also, for the first 2 months, still on the meat, cheese, and high veggies. I didn't jump to this yet.
Okay.
So the first about, what was it, 20 pounds, which were the hardest to lose. Honestly, it took so long. And so hard, so much effort. You know, running on the treadmill, doing crunches and all this crazy stuff that you don't have to do, honestly, because it's very acidic. That was the hardest. But honestly, I stopped exercising after a point, after I lost about 40 pounds, and started doing yoga and light exercise, which cut down the acid. So I worked out less. I ate more when I transitioned to fruit, and I lost that weight really rapidly. I would say if you do have a lot of weight to lose, a couple tips that helped me, dry brushing, like I mentioned before, for the stretch marks and the sagging skin that you can get from weight loss, that will absolutely help it. And also, if you like essential oils, you can use coconut oil and a dab of peppermint essential oil, and you can rub it on your not so fun spots that you want to kind of like wake up, and that really helps too. And, honestly, I have to say I'm pretty lucky because I know a lot of people have a hard time with family. And some people are really resistant to that. And I think that that's a part of your personal journey. Maybe like soul contracts where you have to own your personal power and do what is best for you. And sometimes that means not doing what other people want. So,
yeah.
Yeah. But pretty lucky in the sense that I have people that support me, especially like my mom, my family. And now that everyone has seen what I've healed, they're asking me for help now. So yeah. I think it goes like that usually, right?
Right. Yeah, I've noticed that too.
Yeah.
So what's been the most rewarding part of this for you? Like what's had the biggest impact that, a lot of people sometimes need something like their why. Do you have a why? And I guess maybe that's a separate question for what the most rewarding part has been for you.
Yeah. Well, I think it could go hand in hand, because the most rewarding part for me, I would have to say, is my inner happiness. And I think that's a universal want.
Yeah.
I think that my inner happiness, my inner peace is able to be there because I'm not being weighed down by my body, literally, physically, mentally, spiritually. And when we add in these toxic foods, these toxic chemicals, we really do bring our energy level down. We bring our spirit down. And honestly, the thing that keeps me going is because I've detoxed and I've done it to a certain point. When I've added these negative foods back in my diet, I would find almost instantly or the next day that my pain would come back or I would be suffering in some way. So it's really easy to stay on this path with knowing just how well it really does work. So I think if you can get to that point, which it doesn't take too long, where you eat clean for a while, you add something back in,
Oh yeah.
There's no denying it.
No, you'll know.
If you want, I was thinking I have 3 great tips that I would give somebody.
That was my next question.
I thought it might be. Yes. Sorry, I'm not psychic, guys. He might have mentioned that. Oh, yeah, well, we all are. So my advice for you guys would definitely be, number 1, to focus on transition. I kind of wish I did that. It would have made it an easier progress, where I wouldn't have fallen off the wagon a couple times if I had made it a lifestyle beforehand. So definitely looking into transitioning is a huge way to make it a lifestyle, part of your life. Number 2, I would totally start growing your own food. Whatever you can. Start with, like, see this cute little row of containers. I have herbs all right there. This is a lemon tree. I'm in New Hampshire, by the way. It's still growing. That's bamboo. I'm not eating the bamboo, but that is an avocado tree. And,
wow.
These are grown from seed. Oh, I also have, you can't see it, but behind me, I'm growing microgreens. And microgreens, I love. Have you started adding those in, Matt?
I've grown them off and on over the last few years. I haven't had them recently, but it's funny. We were just talking about starting to grow those again. I'm really kind of craving sunflower microgreens. Those are some of my favorites. But yeah, I that's something that's on my list to do.
Totally have to do it. You
Yeah.
guys got to do it too. So my favorite thing is to take some arugula seeds and some regular lettuce seeds that are kind of about the same size or the same like growing period, and just, you know, put those in soil, water them, and in 7 to 10 days you get greens. Or is it, no, 10 to 14, right?
Yeah, I think it's like 1 to 2 weeks.
Here, a little sticker. 10 to 14, yeah.
Yeah.
1 to 2 weeks. So, and then you can, the trick is, the way you know is every microgreen will start with seed, it'll grow a little sprout, and it'll grow 2 little leaves, and right in the middle of those leaves, there's going to be another little leaf that starts growing. And when that little leaf starts growing, it's called the true leaf, and you can start eating it at that point. Before that point, it's considered a sprout, also nutritional, but a lot of the nutrition is in the roots at that point. But all the nutrition in the microgreens, it starts in that little leaf in the middle, starts to sprout the true leaf. So, and they're super jam packed, and they're so good. You could put them on anything. So
yeah,
when I do salads and stuff, I like doing that. So, and you know, that's really great for like food security. You know what water went into it, what soil went into it, if it's organic, really. Yeah, it's just the best way to do that. So.
And then it starts giving you living food. You know, there's the raw food, which is so great. But then when we get into the living food, that's, you know, where you got it like fresh, really fresh, rather than just getting it from a grocery store, which has been, you know, it's raw, but it's losing life after it's picked for so long, you know, so.
Oh yeah. It
really,
takes like 7 days or something, you know, from place to grocery store. And with microgreens, that's why they're not really available too in the store too much, because they're so fragile, because they're just, you know, they're dainty, but they're packed with the nutrition. So yeah, that I definitely think that you guys should start growing those. I love it. The kids, and the best thing about it too, I wanted to share this because my 3 kids, they're age 3, 5, and 7. They love helping grow them. They love watching the process from seed to microgreen, and they love trying them. And it's really getting them interested in starting to grow all sorts of things, and trying all sorts of things. So if you're a parent, I highly recommend this as a fun little project to do, not just, you know, something they do in the school. Do it like weekly. Start a new batch of microgreens. You guys will have fresh food. Your kids will be more interested in growing plants, and they'll be eating them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's definitely a win-win-win.
Yeah, I remember doing that in school, where we would grow a seed in like a milk carton thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or an egg carton, a little egg carton too. They use those.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite things to do. So yeah, I think that's a great idea to have your kids, you know, get them doing that early and consistently, and that'll keep them interested in, you know,
absolutely
understanding where food comes from, you know, rather than just going to the grocery store.
It's so great. My daughter, who's 5, has started. She loves, you know, and also, of course, modeling. If you're trying to get your kids to eat this way, modeling the behavior is so important. My daughter, she'll just go into the fridge and she'll cut up vegetables or fruit, and she'll bring it to me on a plate. I have like 20 pictures of her holding plates up like this to me with all this stuff she's haggardly chopped up, and you know, but it's so cute. And you know, it's just really cool to see her know this is what mom likes to eat, this is what makes you healthy. And you know, they really can understand that, and don't think that they can't understand the acid alkaline part. My 7-year-old explains that to people in the grocery store all the time. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Those were my good tips. I think that they've definitely helped us on our journey, and helped my kids get into this too.
Yeah. Thank you. Those were really good tips. So let's see. if people want to find out more about what you're offering, because you do coaching, right?
Yep. I'm a regenerative detoxification specialist,
Yes.
like you.
Yep.
Trained at the International School of Detoxification with Dr. Morse, under Dr. Morse, right? So, I have a website, deeprootsdetox.com. You can find us there. I also want to give a special offer for anyone watching this video. I should have mentioned it in the beginning, but that's okay.
No, I forgot.
Yeah. I want to give you guys 20% off of my detox game plan. It's a 3-week transitional meal plan that has recipes, shopping lists, inspiration, tips to get you through those first couple weeks. I really enjoy doing this with my clients, and they find that they really like the recipes. If you are not keen with the ginger, don't do the inch of ginger like it says. Anyways, but you guys get 20% off on that on my website. I want to help you guys transition, and me and Matt and other people like us, Bree, are definitely here for you.
Mm-hmm.
You can also find me on Instagram, Deep Roots Detox, at the same time, and I have a Facebook group called Detox Challenge Recipes and Accountability. I have a ton of free resources on there in the units tab, where it's just you can go through, figure out the protein myth, the sugar myth, all this stuff that you're probably wondering, and all that free stuff is on there. So
awesome.
Find me there, guys.
Cool.
Thank you so much for interviewing me, Matt.
Yeah, no, this was awesome. And I will put all your links and everything down in the description box below, so everybody can go check you out down there. And yeah, anything else that you have any, last words of wisdom?
Well, you know what? I just have to say thank you so much anyways again. And I love your channel. I think what you're doing is great. I like your latest videos too. You've been doing the chronometer. I tried that yesterday.
Okay.
That is pretty interesting. I actually wanted to talk to you about it. So if you guys haven't seen it, you should check out his other videos with the chronometer. You should link them up here, Matt.
Okay, I'll link them.
Yeah. What's funny is I did mine, and I've noticed that I eat way less than you, way less than you.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, you know what, though? When I first started this, I ate way more than I do right now.
Okay.
So I'm wondering, is there a wave of appetite? I'm pretty sure, right?
Oh, yeah. See, it's funny because I did the same thing. So in the beginning, I ate maybe more than I eat now. I can't remember for sure, but I ate a lot more in the beginning. And then over the last few years, I don't even know if I was making 2,000 calories. I was eating, pretty light for, quite a few years. And then just recently, I wanted to just experiment with eating more. And since I've been eating more, I feel really good. I felt really good before too, but yeah, I'm just kind of trying to see, how eating different amounts kind of feels. And yeah, so now I'm right around 3,000 calories.
Same.
I know. Yeah.
It's so easy though. I tell everyone not to count calories because
Right.
Yeah. In the beginning, especially for me, my appetite was almost insatiable for the first 2 weeks. And I just ate until I was full,
Right.
So, which you can eat all day eating a plant-based diet, which is fine, right? Because you get your mouth busy, you feel like you're eating. So it's not so limiting like some of the other diets. You eat a little piece of this and you're done. 100 calories, okay? Yeah, protein bar, that's it. Yeah. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because I thought it was really interesting to see our different appetites, during this journey. So I wonder if mine will go up. I do notice, and I wonder, maybe anyone can leave a comment if they've experienced this, women. During my cycle, I have my different appetites. I wonder, people say cravings in the mainstream, but really, is it, maybe it's more like, because when you get into plant-based, it's more like I crave like the fatty substances, like the avocado,
right?
Or maybe I'll have a couple of those, where I usually don't eat, maybe one a week, or something like that. So try not to eat too many of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure as hormones fluctuate throughout the cycle, I'm sure it can affect your appetite and things. So it makes sense.
I wonder. People probably experience that. I think I've talked to Celine about that before too.
Yeah, I feel
the
like
avocado thing.
Yep, I feel like she gets that too.
Yeah. But you know what? Our mood swings aren't as crazy.
Right. And even as for a male, my like emotional stability, it's way more stable than it ever used to be back when, I was drinking alcohol and I was eating, fast food and all those things. So, when you eat clean, you keep your digestive tract, clean and your microbiome healthy. It has a major effect on how your brain functions, and just like, people that don't feel well, when you don't feel well, you usually don't really treat people as well on the outside. It just kind of manifests in, being cranky or things like that. So yeah, when you feel good all the time, it makes treating others, just like how you feel. It makes you want others to feel the way that you feel. So you kind of treat others, good. And I don't feel like I ever treated anybody poorly in that sense. Like I felt like crap and I wanted other people to feel like crap, but it's just like it's just so much
like a personal consciousness, right?
Right.
I think that I'm lucky to have 3 little tiny terrorists in my house, because my patients before compared to now, you can significantly see the difference. Whereas, if I was just comparing myself when I was maybe, didn't have kids, like you can kind of just see like your personal demeanor, like towards other people, like is more happy now. Yeah. But now I could definitely tell that my patience is, it's there now. Whereas before it was like snap, like, like I couldn't, not that I was a bad mom or anything, but we practice peaceful parenting. But it's just quicker to react, and you lose that now. You're more aware of your emotions and reactions, and definitely a peaceful way to live. And I think that everyone craves that, right? Who doesn't want peace?
Yeah.
Maybe some people, I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
Some people don't. Honestly, I've learned that. Some people don't. Be okay with it.
Right. Either way, whatever you want, I feel like eating this way makes you more at peace with who you are. So it helps.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
This has been a fun interview, Matt, and I hope everyone enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. I think everybody's going to get a lot out of this. I mean, your story is really inspirational, and you're doing it with raising 3 children, and so a lot of people might think that if they have children, they just don't have time to make something like this work. And you're showing that you clearly can. You've done an amazing job, and now you're out there helping other people do the same thing. So, I think more people need to know about you. And, I can tell you're going to be, helping so many people in the future. And so I just want to thank you again for joining the channel and sharing your story.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for watching, and just my best absolute wishes to you guys on all of your healing journeys. Thank you, Matt, for everything you do too.
Yeah, my pleasure. And thank you. So guys, again, go into the links in the description box below. You can get that deal on Brooke's, what is it called? The
Detox Game Plan, the digital download, so you can get 20% off that one.
Perfect. All right. And then I've got all of her other links down there as well. So check her out, give her some support, and, learn what all the great information that she is sharing. You'll really benefit. So thanks again, guys. I hope you have a great day. And as always, until next time, always follow your raw intuition.
Detoxify your mind and body. Be the change you want to see. Small steps towards living better. Small steps to where I want to be.